MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, it's the home opener for this new season between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. Folks around here in high spirits. Matt Vasgersian with you on a day that's been circled on their calendars since about midwinter. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. The staffs for these two teams sure to be a focal point as this series moves along.
Hey, just like any team, pitching is going to be the key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but putting together some quality outings early in the season could do wonders for this club getting out of the gate with a good start. All right, the stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen, and we've got a good one in store for you, folks. Play-by-play is coming up next. John Coulter gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. What do you have for us on him, Danny? Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Stepping in, J.C. Embry. He will lead this one off today.
Number 7.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, they have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
Yeah, Matty, to expect to go through the course of a long season and just dominate every game, every team is just a foolish thought process. You're going to have these little hiccups throughout the course of the season. I think they keep you honest and keep you real and keep you on the attack. Let's see if they fight today.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Well, you don't need us to tell you, it's really starting to come down out there. I can't imagine the umpires will let this go too much longer if it doesn't ease up.
Well, you could say that again, Matt. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Make sure you don't step in a poodle. I think it's time to get the grounds crew out. Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
And that misses for ball 4, so it's a 5-pitch walk to get us started here this afternoon.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
Digging in, Freddie Santiago, hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. First things first, here's a throw over, and he's back in standing. First pitch coming, here it is.
1-0.
Perfect time for a mound visit right here. Just give him a breather, a chance to collect himself and get back to work.
Embry gets his lead at first, nobody out. Runners off for second. A pitch out. The throw. And a good decision to pitch out that time as he is toast at second base.
They're showing they're not afraid to be aggressive on the base path so far in this one. But we'll see if this caught stealing slows that down a bit. Managers never like to run into outs, so they might play it a little safer going forward.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. And set up behind the plate is Ricky Holiday, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Dan, we got Ricky Holiday behind the dish tonight. I can't figure his zone out. He doesn't favor the hitter or the pitcher and can be a little too inconsistent at times.
D-Row, you hit the nail right on the head. I think one of the things we're looking for a consistent zone. If it's a tight zone, it's a high zone. Have the same zone. His zone fluctuates a little bit too much for my liking during the course of a game.
And the count will be full. Bases are empty, 1 man out. hit hard on the ground towards second. And that is through into right field for a single.
Batting third, the center fielder, Pete Armstrong.
At the plate now, Pete Armstrong, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Now a move over to first, back in standing. The 1-0 delivery. And here's a fastball inside as the count moves to 2-0 now. Runner at first here, one man out. In the dirt, and now let's see. And he is in there. They couldn't get him at second. And that's going to wipe away the possibility of a double play as the runner moves into second.
And this is what happens when a power hitter is at the plate. You don't want to give him anything in the zone, and sometimes that leads to those tough-to-handle wild pitches. There's a chance they just put him on first now to avoid him doing any real damage.
3-0 pitch.
Hey! Down to 3-1.
Runner at second here with one man out. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are two gone.
Batting fourth, the right fielder.
At the plate, Sammy Sosa. In yesterday's ball game, he launched a couple over the wall, so we'll see if he's got some more thump in that bat here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fastball just off the inside corner. And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. Runner in scoring position at second with two down. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2. This is foul right side. And a curveball swung on and missed, and a great call there as the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Bottom of the first, straight ahead. We are scoreless on the show. Trevor Bauer is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you always like to begin the season on a good note. In his first start of the year, he did just that, picking up the win. There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
Coming to the plate now, Jeff White. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Washington, the third baseman, Jeff White.
And now pitch on the way. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in as hot as anyone in this first week of the season as they've won 5 of their first 6 contests.
Yeah, Matty, this is a classic case of hitting is contagious. They scored a bunch of runs last game, and this team is flying high right now. There's a fight at the bat rack.
A 1-1 count to the Nationals leadoff batter. And he fouls this one off. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
Batting second,
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And now Derek Dietrich strides into the batter's box. Here comes the first pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Popped him up. Kipnis is there for it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting third, the center fielder, Dan Farnsworth.
Stepping into the box, Stan Farnsworth, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Bauer gets the sign. Here's the delivery. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. (2-0) to the Nationals center fielder.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Now the 2-0. Popped up. Buckner has a play. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nationals gone in order. We are still scoreless. Second inning coming up, and Heidi Watney has an update for us on the weather forecast.
Well, Matt, unfortunately, the rain that we're experiencing now is not expected to go away, and it's likely going to get worse. However, the umpiring crew has told me they believe the game will get in, although a delay sounds like a likely possibility.
Yeah, Heidi, thanks. It's not looking pretty, and guys, we'll just have to hope the weather doesn't play too much of a factor in the outcome of this one.
I think it is, though, Matt. You got to stay focused as a player. There could be a couple stops in this one. The tarp might get pulled. You just have to keep your focus, stay dry, and stay ready.
Sito Suzuki is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. The pitch. High and deep down the left field line. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hot shot down the line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Dan, you have to love it when your defense picks you up right there, keeping him at first base.
Boy, D-Roll, that looked like it had extra bases written all over. Great job by the left fielder to get to that ball and get the ball back in, keeping that to a single.
Standing in now, Jesse Padilla. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. And there's ball 1. The 1-1. And there he goes towards second. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 2-2 to the Cubs catcher. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
At the plate, Jason Kipnis, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. And he's looking to get it going, off to a bit of a slow start this year. The 1-0 home. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Now the 2-0. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. Now the 2-1 pitch is a changeup that's looked at for a ball.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
No score here as we play inning number 2. And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
Coming to the plate now, Ryan Buckner, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He's set. Here it comes.
Oh, that's too high.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0.
That's a ball.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot he's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. Down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. This is on the ground over to first. To second for 1. Onto the pitcher covering, and it's in time. A double play, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring up Bryce Harper.
The right fielder, Bryce Harper.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
And a splitter is over for a cold third strike as he's left shaking his head. 1 gone. Digging in, Neville Goldstein. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Goldstein.
Now the pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
As this game progresses, I don't think he's going to want to miss in that spot down the middle of the plate much more. It's early. They're a little less aggressive right now, so he's able to get away with it.
Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2. Bottom of the second here with no score. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
The 1-2. High in the air down the right field line, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
Standing in, Julio Espinoza. It was an 0-for-4 day for him in yesterday's loss. Bauer's ready. Here comes the first pitch. Espinoza tends to have more success against right-handed pitching like this than he does against southpaws. Could be a comfort thing. Maybe he just picks up the ball a little better, but that's the book on him at this point. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. And the pitch. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Bauer has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. We'll move to the third with no score. Stepping up to the plate, Trevor Bauer, as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A ball and no strikes. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
In this situation right here, I'm protecting my pitcher from himself. I know he wants to swing the bat and let the boys know in the clubhouse that he can do his job, but I'm probably putting a take sign on right here.
2-1 now.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. And that is through into center. A base hit, and the opposing pitcher gets aboard to kick off the inning.
Hey, this is perfect storm right here. This is how big innings start. You put a crooked number up on the board when the pitcher leads off an inning with a huge knock.
Stepping in now, J.C. Embry lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. He worked the walk to open up the ball game. One ball and one strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. Nobody out, runner on first. Strike taken up in the zone. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
To the plate now, Freddie Santiago. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. A base hit in his first trip. The 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
A line shot to third base, but the runner is back to avoid the double play.
The center fielder, number 4, Pete Armstrong.
Stepping in, Pete Armstrong. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Third inning, no score to this point. And that misses 1-1.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2. The 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
A runner on first with 2 away. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Cubs strand 1. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Striding in, Kenny Watley, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. First pitch of the at-bat. Couldn't quite pull that swing back. He went around for strike 1. And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Nope, that's inside.
And he got him. So with 1 away, time for a check of the standings now in the National League Central as you see where the Cubs find themselves entering play here today.
Michael Penne.
In now, Michael Penne. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
Batting 9, the pitcher, John Coulter.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, John Coulter. First delivery to him on the way. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
You know, when you're facing a top-of-the-line pitcher like this, he's going to be down around the knees like that more often than not. The key is punishing whatever mistakes he makes, but so far he hasn't made many.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Is put in play to the right side of the infield. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Nationals gone in order. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. New inning set to get underway, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Sammy Sosa.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the fourth.
Now batting.
So with that, let's call on the guys in the graphics department to put up the pitch speed comparison for the two starters. And boy, you can see it there. A couple of power arms out there as both of these guys are working in the high 90s. Digging in to try it again, Sito Suzuki. He singled his last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And he takes this one high, 1-1. No runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. And able to lay off the fastball away here. 2-1 now. Good breaking ball there. Laid off for the second strike. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Watley is after it, and the throw to first is there to record the second out.
Now batting.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jesse Padilla. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
And this is the side of the plate this guy loves to hit at. Hitting over 350 left-handed, hitting against right-handed pitching.
And that one swung on and missed. 0-1.
Quite an interesting outing up to this point as we head into the middle innings. He's pitching quite well, but you look at his first pitch strike percentage, less than 40%. That's going to be something he's going to need to clean up moving forward.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2. Two and 2. No runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Still even at 2-2. Fouled off. Changed up on him here, and this is grounded to short. Reined in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Cubs are down in order. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Standing in, Jeff White back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Now here's the pitch. The next 0-2. Misses. That's ball one.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the second time this afternoon.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Into the box, Derek Dietrich. As he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Now here's the pitch. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. 2 balls and a strike.
That is a pro pitch right there. 2-0 curveball for a strike. You make those kind of pitches, you'll be around for a long time.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Now at the plate, Stan Farnsworth. First pitch of the at-bat.
Wouldn't mind a pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against him.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Bauer into his motion. Here comes the pitch. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Center fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. And back in our nation's capital, before we get too much further on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Despite the fact that they've yet to push a run across, the game is still tied, and the pitch count for their opposition is really getting up there. They think that making him work as hard as he has is going to pay off later in the game, and that they just need to stick to the process.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Gil Cruz will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. Striding in once again, Jason Kipnis. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Jason Kipnis.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe that pitch is coming again right here.
Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for the second strike. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Fouled away. Ready with another 2-2.
Full count.
I'll tell you, there was intent behind that pitch. I'm not saying he was trying to hit him, but when you're facing a guy like this, you don't want him to get too comfortable in that batter's box.
Hit hard to the right, but foul. Payoff pitch one more time. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
The first baseman, number 22, Ryan Buckner.
At the plate, Ryan Buckner, as the switch hitter, will take his cuts left-handed here.
It's very difficult being a switch hitter, and very rarely do you see the same hitter from both sides of the plate. He's a far superior hitter from the left side as opposed to the right side.
Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. One out, nobody on. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
3-1 the count now. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Too high, and that cost him ball 4.
Now batting, the pitcher, Trevor.
Now at the plate, Trevor Bauer. First pitch of the at-bat. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground. And good awareness behind the plate as he'll make the quick basket catch for the second out.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, J.C.
Into the box now, J.C. Embry. From the stretch.
Ball. Count 1-0.
2 out with the man at first. Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
2-1. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. The 2-2.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. Halfway home, still no score. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I discussed the Nats' offense with Washington's manager, and he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. First pitch coming. Here it is. Bryce Harper stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Dangerous curveball that time, but laid off as it drops into the top of the zone. Inside and low, 2-1. Now the pitch.
Ball, that's okay.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And the perfect game will go by the wayside here as this pitch misses for ball 4.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Ready for another chance? Neville Goldstein. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. 1-0 pitch.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Runners on the move for second. This is hit sharply to the left side. A leap here, but it ticks off his glove. And there's one down now.
The left fielder, number 23, Julio Espinosa.
So striding forward now, Julio Espinosa. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he got him out in front that time. Strike one.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
And he lays off for ball 1. One and two as the changeup had him out in front there. Nationals have yet to crack the hit column thus far. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. A bouncer to the left side. In time to first, and there are two away.
The catcher, number 2, Kenny Watley.
Digging in now, Kenny Watley, runner in scoring position with two gone. He's set and the pitch. Taken, but that catches the inside part of the plate. Watley, a 22-year-old, he was selected in the first round back in the 2021 MLB draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
The 0-2. Way outside. 1-2. One and two. Here it is. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Ready once again, Freddie Santiago.
Off the top, the third baseman, Freddie.
First pitch
Santiago.
on its way. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. The windup and the 0-1.
That's a ball. I got a ball, 1 strike.
probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
The 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 4.
Stepping into the box, Pete Armstrong. Here's the first pitch to him.
That's a ball.
Off-speed pitch, just missed inside.
Hey, this one's tied late in the game. As a pitcher right now, you just can't lay a cookie in there 1-0.
And he takes a cold strike 1.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
The 1-1 home. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Into the box now, Sammy Sosa. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 1-0. Two out, nobody on. Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Now to the plate, Michael Pinay. He flew out in his last at-bat.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Ball 2 now. Two and 1.
I got 2 on the count.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup, so if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
Now the 2-1. High in the air out to center field. Armstrong is right there, 1 down.
Now batting. No pitcher. Gil
Ray Adams will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Adams.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. The 1-0 is going to be a drag bunt. He gets it down. But the throw will beat him at first, so the bunt for hit attempt is snuffed out.
Now batting. Third baseman. Jeff White.
Digging in once again, Jeff White. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. First offering on its way. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. Bauer into his motion. Here's the 1-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Non-competitive pitch right there, runs the count to 2-0, and he is ready to do some damage in the box.
Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1.
1 strike.
Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Called strike 2. Lays off the splitter that time, and it's full 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. Hit on the ground out to short. Kipnis has it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nationals gone in order. Still no score. Diego Ponce will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 19, Diego Ponce.
7th inning ready to roll, and standing in the outfielder, Sito Suzuki.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
1-0 the count. Now here's the pitch. Here's a fastball low, and he's behind 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Set to deliver on 3-0. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Farnsworth will slide over and put this one away, and that's out number 1.
The catcher, number 3, Jesse Padilla.
Now in the box, Jesse Padilla. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Ball in.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good sharp curveball there. The count 1-1.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Sharp ground ball to third. And an offline throw, but he just does get back to the bag for the putout.
The batter, the shortstop, Jason Kipnis.
The next Cub up, Jason Kipnis. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
Ball, that's inside.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. And now a pitch on the way.
That's ball 2. Ball, that's just out.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
Might have swung at ball 4 there as he manages to foul this one away. The 3-2 pitch. And right into the shift. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Oh, got him looking at the 2-seamer, and that'll end it. Cubs are down in order. We are still scoreless.
7th inning stretch.
Last half of the 7th here, and now Derek Dietrich strides into the batter's box.
We're moving right along into this one as we head into the late innings. Listen, if you want to score, you got to have to bunch some hits together, and they haven't been able to do that so far. So hopefully this leadoff guy, this will be the right guy at the right spot to get something going. We're moving along into the later innings, and this guy's throwing over 60% of his first pitches for strikes. He'd like to do a little bit more, but so far so good.
He's right there, and quickly there's one down to lead off the frame.
Up next for Washington, the center fielder, Dan Farnsworth.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Stan Farnsworth. First offering on its way. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The right fielder, number 34, Bryce Harper.
Here's Bryce Harper now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Bauer sets his sights. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. And that's through for a base hit. And the no-hitter is gone. So he was able to take it into the 7th. But the no-hit bid is going to end here with 2 out in inning number 7.
Boy, and Matty, this is when you start really thinking about a no-hitter. Once you get into the 7th. And it's hard not to look past getting through that last out. But D-Row, it just wasn't meant to be here with 2 outs in the 7th.
No, he's pitched a heck of a game, without question. You can't deny that. But this offense is going to stay on the attack. We'll see if this manager turns it over to the bullpen or allows this guy to finish it on his own.
2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Swinging a soft liner. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far.
Boy, not the prettiest of swings, D-Row. That looked a little bit from the Vladimir Guerrero book, but nonetheless, he got the job done.
Yeah, a little choke and poke right there. He flipped the bat out there and was able to find a little empty green grass. Not pretty, but he'll take it.
Standing in now, Julio Espinoza, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Comes set, the 0-1. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike.
Boy, the Nationals could use a big hit right here. They really haven't been able to do much all game long. This would be a great time to get something going.
And that's taken up and in for ball 2.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Right on the inside, Black taken for a called strike.
Great job of doubling up with a fastball inside. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
The 2-2 pitch.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ready with the payoff pitch. A bouncer up the middle. Taken in by Kipnis. Off balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Kenny Watley stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
The 2-0 pitch.
That's ball 3.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Two out, bases loaded. Oh, and he misses for ball 4, and he's forced in the go-ahead run.
And this inning is a perfect example of how quickly fortunes can change in this game. He was cruising along, hardly any trouble at all. Now he walks in a run and is still in the middle of a bases-loaded mess. He's got some work to do to limit the damage.
Ready for another shot now, Michael Pinay. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Hey, curveball that kind of backed up on him right there. Might have popped out of his hand just a little bit earlier than he intended.
The 1-1. Strike 2 taken. A fastball that clips the inside black. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Washington leads this one 1-0. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. William Yang will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Oliver Alvarez is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. And it appears as though we'll see a pinch hitter now, as the switch hitter Ben Zobrist has grabbed a bat and moved into the on-deck circle. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The pitch. Line drive to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
Jimmy Grimes will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. And this is low, ball 1. Yang, a native of Taiwan. He's in the midst of his 8th major league season. A runner at first with no outs here. A ball and a strike. Good change of speeds, but he lays off 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, you can see here, this has been a steady diet of off-speed pitches, and What has it gotten him? Not a whole lot, as he's fallen behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Nobody out, runner on first. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Really important time for a strikeout there, guys. Tying run at first, so objective number 1 is straining him on base. And now with 1 out, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that run.
So now to the plate, J.C. Embry, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. He couldn't catch up with the gas that time.
He got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality.
The 1-2. Bounce towards the second baseman. Step on the bag for 1. And safe at first on a bang-bang play, as that last lunge was enough to beat the throw.
After fielding this one cleanly, you see he tries to take it himself at second base, but they just can't turn the double play.
So a big moment here, and standing in, Freddie Santiago. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. Quick check on that tying run at first. And the runner back in standing. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. A runner on first with 2 away. And that one got a piece of him.
Well, he might be feeling a little bit of a sting there, but he can take comfort in knowing that he represents the go-ahead run. That could turn out to be a huge hit by pitch.
Johnny Cortez will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 15, Johnny Cortez.
So striding in, Pete Armstrong. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Cortez, a native of the Dominican Republic. He was a first-round pick during the 2020 draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
Scooped up, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Ben Zobrist remains in the game, batting 8th and manning first base.
Now playing first base, number 18.
Billy Palmer was on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Ready now, Oliver Alvarez, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
Alvarez.
Here's the pitch.
Ball, that pitch is up.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
Aye.
A swing, and he pulls it down the line and deep. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out.
Up next to
The Cubs are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. It was a really nice day on the mound for him.
Hey, only allowed 3 hits in this one, kept the hitters off balance, and was a lot of fun to watch.
To the plate now, Jeff White. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Now one hit foul over to the right side as the count moves to 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. And another foul ball. Hit the other way out toward right field. Sosa is camped under this one, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Derek.
So 2 down now in the Washington 8th, and now Derek Dietrich strides into the batter's box. First pitch coming, here it is. The windup and the 0-1.
1-1.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Left fielder giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 9th inning coming up. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cubs nothing. Adrian Almanzar comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Adrian Almanzar.
Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Sammy Sosa, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
A great job pounding the zone. Strike 1. When you got a great hitter in the box, you got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Fastball well outside.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
1-1. Is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
1-2.
The 1-2. And he fouls this one off.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
The 1-2. And it's fouled away. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
The 2-2 one more time. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. Now at the plate, Sito Suzuki. First pitch on its way. Breaking ball that drops in for a strike. Fly ball right down the line in left. Espinoza is over to his right, and he puts this one away for out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, Jesse Padilla.
Now batting, Jesse Padilla. First pitch coming, here it is. Fouled off. Almanzar, 30 years of age. He's a 9-year major league vet. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Not much behind this as this ball is looped over toward first. And he'll put this one away, and with that, the ball game is over.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball these days. Both of these pitchers pitched awfully well. It's a shame one of them had to lose this game.
A single run good enough to do it today. 1-0 the final score. The Washington Nationals jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Diego Ponce claims the win out of the pen, his first. Trevor Bauer is settled with a loss after giving up only 1 earned. Adrian Almanzar wraps it up for the save, his 4th of the season. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.